My son, got ready to go to work. He took a shower, he brushed his teeth. All the way to work, which is not too far from here, he started feeling itching, and his eyes were itching, his body was itching. He was starting to break out into a rash, then started turning into a fiery feeling, like his skin was on fire. And then his eyes started to burn. Then within seconds, they started to swell. They were swelling so bad that he had barely a slit that you could see his eyeball. Then they took him to his manager because they got concerned. His throat started to close up. He was having a hard time breathing. He called me. He was scared. And I could hear it. So when I drove back to pull up to the ambulance and I see him in the stretcher, his face is completely swollen. He's got tears coming out of his eyes, almost like they were being squeezed out. He was swollen. His whole body was full of a rash that looked like he was just sunburned. It was all red, all. And to look at the paramedics' face and see them worry, my heart just sunk because I knew that this was that bad. It's still, it makes me emotional just remembering that again. I was terrified and I had to keep it cool.
And that was from taking a shower?
From taking a shower and brushing his teeth.
My reaction was very similar symptoms too, where I had a rash and I had a really bad burning sensation. It literally felt like my skin was on fire. And nauseated, vomiting, headache, fatigue.
So you had symptoms enough to go to the ER though?
Oh yeah, I did. And it was within hours from Jaden's, experience with the water. And that was the common denominator, was that me and Jaden within those couple hours used the water to shower.
I'm gonna rule it out if it's an allergy or not. So we did end up going to the allergist, and the allergist said that was not an allergic reaction, that was a toxic one.
There is a resident, she's a single mother. Her daughter, she's healthy, she's a teenager, she's an athlete, no health problems. She can barely walk. She is in so much pain, and when they went to the emergency room, the doctor there actually told them, you have been poisoned by petroleum products. One of the residents had posted the Navy EOC hotline number. I called it. He actually flat out said we are not on the Navy waterline system.
Really?
Yeah. He also said nobody else has called in from our area to make any reports, which I know not to be true because Xavier called in. And I told him that. It's also been confirmed we are on your waterline system. He had the audacity to direct me to the Joint Base Hawaii Hickam Facebook page with my concerns.
So everyone who calls gets told they're the only one who's called, so there can't be a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're the only one, it must be something else you did.
Right. It's an allergic reaction.
It's you. You're imagining things.
Yep. You're crazy.
You're seeing other people in the joint bases where they're actually affected and thinking you're affected.
So you're not none of you are in the military. No, none of you are military families.
No.
The Army put out the map to its soldiers and said, if you live in Iroquois Point, if you live in this neighborhood, contact us because you are entitled to getting housing assistance. We're going to move you into the resort at Waikiki. We're going to give you all this water and all of these things. And so since you live in literally the same neighborhood, I'm sure that they have offered that same thing to you, right?
No.
So what have you been offered by the Army, by the Navy, anyone in DOD? What have you been offered?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And so despite you being a veteran too.
Yeah, and that's literally what they told me. They said, well, you're only a veteran. We are only helping active duty military personnel.
Let's emphasize only a veteran.
Only a veteran. And that's what I said. I'm only a veteran. I only joined at 17 to serve my country, and I'm getting no help out here.
How difficult does that make your life here right now?
Oh my gosh.
Extremely difficult.
For instance, I'm having to take my fiance and my son up to a family member's home in Mililani just so that we can bathe, brush our teeth, wash our clothes. And we're doing it every other day. I would like to do it every day, but it's a lot of gas back and forth. It's
and how far is that? How far of a
Mililani's
drive?
A
about
30-minute drive.
yeah.
Just so your 2-year-old and yourself can take a
Exactly.
bath.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so brushing your teeth, you have to use bottled water.
Yeah.
And
Yep. Yeah.
washing your hands, you have
Yep.
to use bottled water.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just go get a hotel?
Can't afford it.
Well, of course, the management company, knowing that you have unsafe water, of course, they're giving you a break on your
They
rent.
are not
No.
admitting
No.
that.
No.
They are not admitting that. They will not take responsibility for that.
But the doctor told your friend, your neighbor, that her daughter suffered
She's
poisoning.
like yeah.
And your son was told that he didn't have an allergic reaction. He had a
Yeah.
toxic reaction, which
Right.
is the symptom of petrochemicals.
Absolutely.
The Army has said, our soldiers live in this neighborhood, you got to get out.
Yep.
So clearly, it is contaminated,
Yep.
but they're still able to just say that they're not and not do anything to help you guys.
And then they've also said if your water doesn't have fuel-like odor, then it's safe to shower.
The management company told you that.
Per their trusted sources from the Navy.
What would you like to see happen?
Everything to get fixed, compensated, because this has put a strain on all of us. All the community has been strained for, driving further out to take showers, going out to buy water jugs to do all that stuff.
Pay for their own hotel rooms.
Pay for that. Also the ER visits, that's money right there. Some people don't even have insurance.
Which is
I just
why-
racked up some medical bills because I went twice.
And you have no idea how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
They haven't told us anything.
How do you plan for something like that?
You really can't. I mean, how do you plan for that? I mean,
Yeah,
what-
nobody
what-
expects
what
to be
can we do?
contaminated,
Especially when you don't financially, you can't afford to stay in a hotel for that long. You can't afford to stay in an Airbnb for a month. I mean, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to protect our family when we're
Right.
getting no help? We're basically forced to stay in our home that is no longer safe for our family.
Everybody should speak up.
Yeah.
And everybody should demand that more investigation goes into this and that the Navy fixes this and shuts down Red Hill. That thing is 80 years old and they want to keep using it. They want to fight closing the other well. Like, why? Why? You're poisoning us.